Neither Judah nor Tamar, neither of them are exactly the worthiest candidate for the goodness and grace of God. But that's kind of the point, isn't it? I mean, isn't the point that no one is worthy of God's grace? That's why it's grace. I mean, that's been the point in Genesis. Think back, if you have the study guide in front of you, that melodic line that we have, that despite the failure of God's covenant people, God's purposes and plans will come to fulfillment, not through the faithfulness of others, but the faithfulness of God. God's dealing with his people. And let me bring it all the way to you right now, sitting in there in that chair. God's dealing with you is not on the basis of whether you deserve it or not. God's dealing with you is not on the basis of whether you come from the right background or you've done the right things, whether you've done enough or earned enough. I believe that the right way to read Genesis chapter 38 is that even in the midst of dark times, God is still at work preserving his promises. I mean, this whole story might seem a little bit out of place. Aren't we talking about Joseph? Why are we spend a whole chapter talking about Judah? Because Judah is the one through whom ultimately the promises will be fulfilled. Even though Judah doesn't deserve it, even though Judah is a very, very, very unprincipled man, but that's not the point. Because the God that we deal with is a God of grace. And nowhere better do we see that than in the very gospel itself.